You're listening to Up the Turnpike with hosts Mitch Anderson and Matt O'Leary.
Hello and welcome to Up the Turnpike postgame show for Islanders Flames. What's going on? Matt O'Leary with Mitch Anderson. Mitch, how's it going, buddy?
I'm glad the game is over so I can enjoy my Saturday night now because oh man, it stunk, but that's how I'm doing. How about you?
Yeah, I'm doing all right. I was telling you before we got on, it was a very early spring cleaning kind of day here at the O'Leary house. And then I was like, by the time we finished up, I was like, oh my God, the game's going to start in like 30 minutes. Mm-hmm. So I DoorDashed some Jersey Mike's. So I had a nice sandwich and had an early dinner and watched the game. I'll probably have second dinner in another hour or so. I'll be hungry again, but it's been a good Saturday outside of the result. Was hoping the Islanders would close this one out tonight, Mitch.
They were so close. And that's why Jimmy, I look a little pissed because they had it.
Yeah, they did.
And then they didn't.
They had the lead. They went up 3-2 with 2 minutes and 51 seconds left and immediately gave it right back. We'll get into that later. We got to start chronologically, though. We'll start in the first period, Mitch. So Matt Coronado, 36 seconds into the game. I don't know if you know, he is from Long Island.
I was just about to ask.
Yeah, they talked about it a lot on the broadcast, and he gets one to go here.
Yeah, just throwing pucks on net. That's all he was doing, which just make it sound like it's easy. It's not always easy, but that's what happens when you put pucks on the net, which the Islanders struggled to do for a portion of this game. And I have struggled for a little bit. Just quality, or not even quality, quantity matters. And this is the result of quantity being tossed towards the net.
Yeah, it was kind of a seeing eye goal, right? It went through. There were a couple guys in front. I thought the Flames, and Thomas Hickey kept bringing it up on the broadcast, but they had so much traffic in front of the net. Yeah. And there were a ton of screens, ton of deflections in this game. And to Hogberg's credit, I thought he stood, pretty tall most of this game, especially considering he's a backup goalie. He was the third string goalie really to start the year. He's been very, very good. And in this game, I know technically Wright allows 4 goals, but I thought he was pretty solid today.
He was solid. Absolutely. There was that portion of the first period, I believe, when Shannon was interviewing Coronado's parents, that he made at least three big stops in that one sequence. So that was good. He stood on his head, and you're right. He doesn't get a lot of action. They were saying it again on the broadcast that Sorokin has started 15 of the last 16, and I think 20 of the last 23 or something like that. It's just nonstop, and he's been elite. So why take him out? But just outstanding stuff from Hoiberg, or Hoagie is what he wants to be called.
Hoagie. All right, there it is, Hoagie. But after that first goal was allowed, I thought the Islanders did a pretty good job, settling in and getting some pretty good scoring opportunities. And then finally, Bo Horvat gets on the board, who is playing like a man possessed right now, Mitch.
This play is so good. He does everything. He takes it in from his own end, lays it off for Holmstrom, and then he goes to the right area. It's a fortunate bounce, but he goes to the right area and it finds him. That's what happens, man.
You took the words out of my mouth. I was going to say he just put himself in a really good position here, and he throws one, and D'Angelo throws one towards the net. It deflects, and good things happen. It was Youth Day, I believe, for the Islanders. All like the youth hockey teams were there, and that was another thing Thomas Hickey was saying on the broadcast. Was like, all right, kids, if you're watching this, keep your stick down on the ice. You could score goals. And that's what he did. He was in perfect position.
Because you see even on the replay visualizer that we have there, you can see Bo Horvat go towards the center of the ice. And as he realizes that Tony DeAngelo's about to take a shot, he goes towards the net, right? He doesn't stay in place and watch the shot and then react. I'm going to go to the net. And then that's when it falls to his stick. If he doesn't do that, he probably doesn't get it on his stick, or he doesn't get it in a position where he can shoot it quickly like he did into the open cage. Such a good predictive play, if you will.
Yeah, it was a goal scorer's goal, I thought, because, it was good anticipation, and he put himself in a really good spot to get a goal, and that's exactly what happened here.
Yeah, so good job by him. And yeah, he's been on it for a while. No, not a while, a couple of games now, which has been nice because we've been wanting him to get on it for a while now.
Let's get into the next goal. Islanders would get one more before the end of the period. Mark Gatcomb would get on the board. And Islanders' fourth line was cooking today, Mitch.
Absolutely. Spoiler, I'm not going to use a fourth liner as my least amount of ice time today. I don't think it's one of them. I think it's going to be Hudson Fasching. Spoiler.
Okay.
But yeah, they just outworked the Calgary Flames here, and throughout the most of the game, every shift they had, they outworked whoever they were playing. It was insane to see. And that pass by Sippy, holy shit! He's so good at making those plays.
Phenomenal heads up play across ice from Maxim Siplikov. This is the kind of thing we've been hoping for the Islanders to add to their bottom six for a long time.
Yeah, and Kyle Clutterbuck made a mention of the play that Kyle McLean made, right? Driving towards the center of the ice. That's north-south hockey. It's standard boilerplate shit that this guy just executes on perfectly, or that line did perfectly. That kind of thing drags the defenseman away. Adam Pellet got caught doing that later on the second Coronado goal. But basically, same thing. Gets sucked in, opening a lane for someone else behind him. So excellent stuff by that line. And Gacom, what a shot. Love it.
So Islanders up 2-1 after the first period. Shots were 13-11 Calgary. Into the second period now, and the local kid scores again, Mitch, with his second, Matt Coronado.
Yeah, watch Adam Pelech. Watch Adam Pelech on this play. So he gets out of the zone. That's good. But now here, right there, he sucks in. Boom.
Way too far. Way too far.
Exactly. Vacates the center of the ice. Pierre Engvall is maybe a little bit late, but
he was.
Yeah, you can't do anything about it, really. I mean, with someone from his speed, they basically, it seems like, saw the play develop at the same time, didn't they?
Yeah, it seems that way. But frustrating. I don't think it was the best Adam Pelech game. He took a really bad penalty later on in the game, too.
He really did. That cross-check to the hips and then sent Zadorov, was it?
I think it was Kadri.
Was it Kadri? God damn. Right into the boards. Really bad stuff. Dumb play by Adam Pelech. Thankfully, it didn't cost us, but that was just stupid. I get that he got a really good opportunity to score, and so he was probably frustrated on that, but it wasn't that good of an opportunity for him. No. It caught him behind on the left side. Like, if he was a right shot, maybe it would have been better, but even then, there's nothing he could have done.
That was the only goal of the second period, so it's tied up after 2. But Islanders did not look as good in the second period as they did closing out the first. Shots were 13-6 Calgary, and just not much going on for the Islanders offensively in that period.
No, the Flames really had a good job in checking what the Islanders were doing in the neutral zone. The Islanders had a really hard time in transition getting out of their zone and breaking through that neutral zone to get access to the offensive zone on the Calgary side. Whatever Calgary was doing, it was completely shutting down the Islanders. They really had a hard time generating momentum.
So let's get to it, Mitch. We hinted at it at the start. This was the really frustrating part of this game into the third period now. 17:09, Kyle McLean scores. Again, just another really well-worked goal from this bottom line, this fourth line.
Yeah, the entire team was playing well in that third period, I thought. And they were just getting chances. You felt like it was going to come. And then here you go. Breakdown, they capitalize, and it's in. Just absolutely love to see these guys outwork their opponents and get rewarded with this blue-collar goal.
Yeah, he was kind of in a good spot all alone. It was a big rebound after the Siplikov shot. And again, kind of just put himself in a position to score a goal there. And that's what happened.
Yeah, and I thought game over. We're good here. They're going to close this out. They've got, 2 minutes? It was at 17:09. Yeah, just under 3 minutes. I was like, we're good. There's no way they give this up.
I thought so, too. With how they've been playing recently, they get the lucky break and then they kind of close it out. That's been the MO. They've been very resilient in third periods recently, coming back from deficits. And they get a lead and they close it out, except not today, because just 20 seconds later, essentially, 19 seconds later, Jonathan Huberdeau puts one in the back of the net here. We'll see it from the faceoff.
They lose a faceoff, which they didn't do very often in this game. And yet they just, again, throwing it towards the net. Everything was, we did everything else right outside of win the faceoff, which is still 50-50 anyways. They just threw it towards the net.
And it was Pajot, too, who's been stellar on the faceoff. And it was a really good deflection from Huberdeau. And he's a goal scorer. He has 27 on the year. but still frustrating because you just had the lead. You thought you were closing it out, and now you have to settle for overtime.
Yeah, you put out, not only you're up a goal, you put out Peugeot, as you said, dominant in the faceoff dot all year. You think you got maybe a pretty darn good chance of winning that faceoff and then shutting it down from there, and you don't. Now you have to go to overtime.
Now you have to go to overtime. The Flames had possession forever in overtime. It felt
Dude,
like
what the hell was Noah Dobson doing on that first shot? That was the dumbest thing he could have done.
Yeah, I don't. It wasn't a great overtime period from Noah Dobson, who was very good in regulation. Another 2-point night for Noah Dobson, which he just keeps racking up points right now, but not great for him in overtime.
No, man, that first shot, he comes in and he throws a shot, a speculative shot on net, and you're going, why are you doing that? Because you're taking the shot now, and if you miss or it hits the goalie, which it did, it's going to bounce out. Now you're behind the play, and they have a numerical advantage going.
Now it's 3-2 the other way.
Right. Like, thankfully, Calgary didn't score on that play. But then, as you mentioned at the start, they held on to possession the rest of the way, basically. What are you doing, Dobson? It's so early in overtime. You don't have a 100% goal here. Don't take that shot.
No, it wasn't a good opportunity. And then eventually Nazem Kadri scores here. Islanders kind of just looked tired at this point. They were kind of just floating in no man's land. And,
I mean,
and
Dobson
Kadri's
again.
wide open. Yeah.
Like, they do an overload here, and then Dobson just kind of floats, and they don't talk to each other to say, hey, you maybe take this guy. And both Dobson and Tony DeAngelo are going, wait, who's got who? And bam, it's in. Come on. Friggin' hell, guys. The simple stuff.
Yeah, that was really rough from those two guys in that spot. And that's a bummer because I actually thought in the beginning part of overtime before this goal, I thought DeAngelo was playing a good overtime period.
Yeah.
He did a good job I thought they were doing a better job of communicating early on. Hogberg made a couple of big saves, but then he had some offensive opportunities once they eventually did get pucks going the other way. But that was just that's inexcusable at the end, unfortunately.
Yeah, and like, they were tired for sure. They just come back from an offensive shift. They had to, break the other way because the shot that they tried to take didn't bounce their way. Horvat had a really good opportunity in that overtime, right? He kind of dipsy doodles around people, backhands, and just didn't work. And they have to come back. But Tony DeAngelo had nothing left. Dobson had nothing left, but still, it doesn't excuse the kind of brain fart that they had there.
No, they both broke the wrong way.
Yeah,
because they thought the other guy was staying put, and neither guy stayed put. And Kadri's like, "Oh, okay, I'll take a couple steps in and rip one on net here."
Yeah, Hogberg probably should have had a better angle on that, but I'm not going to crap on him. He made 32 saves today. He was fine. It's not his fault. They shouldn't have had it go to overtime. Should have won the faceoff.
It really begins there, unfortunately. But let's take a look at some of the game stats before we do our box score game here. 35 shots on net. As we said, Calgary had a lot of rubber going towards Mark Hogberg. 29 shots for the Islanders. Face-off percentage is frustrating. 65.6%, but couldn't get the one that mattered most. 0 for 1 on the power play where the Islanders. Flames went 0 for 2. So 4 penalty minutes to 2. Hits even at 19 a pop. Block shots, Islanders with 3 more, 16-13. Giveaways 18-17. And takeaways 9-7.
Penalty kills looking pretty goddamn good, isn't it?
Yeah, they have been looking good. Got to give him credit for that at least.
Yeah, that's great. But yeah, you're right. Like, we win 2 out of 3 faceoffs, but the one that we can't is the one that we need to win. Frig.
And it bit him in the ass.
Yep. It just feels, it doesn't. I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to mention it because I don't want to bring that negative juju vibe around here. I'm not doing it. Anyways.
Okay. Thank you.
For
forwards.
Bo Horvat.
Yes, it is Bo Horvat at 20 minutes, 18 seconds. Holmstrom was pretty close at 19:43. Okay. I thought Horvat's would be higher, to be honest with you.
Probably. I think they spread it around because that fourth line is getting quite a bit of time. I'm going with Hudson Fasching with the least amount of ice time.
You're right, but it's probably more ice time than you would imagine at 11 minutes and 16 seconds.
Yeah. How much did the fourth line get? It was probably like 12, 13 minutes.
Yeah, so Gatcombe 11:21, Siplikov 11:35, McLean 11:53, Engvall 12:04.
Okay, yeah, that's good.
They're all around that same.
They were so good, as we mentioned throughout the show, right? Like they were really, really good this game. They deserved all the ice time they got. As I'm watching, I'm noticing them more and more, and I'm noticing Hudson Fasching a little bit less and less. So I figured he was the man.
Okay. Makes
There
sense.
we go. Okay, so then for defenseman, I'm going to go with Alex Romanov.
Oh, good guess, but no, it's Tony DeAngelo, 23-19. Romanov was 23-04.
I didn't add friggin' overtime. I didn't think of the overtime.
That's a big factor in this one, Mitch.
Okay, least I assume is Mike Riley then.
15-52 for Mike Riley.
He was good today. He was really good today, I thought.
Yes, so Romanov comes back in, and Scott Mayfield comes out of the lineup.
And we look good in transition. What are the odds? Well, except for that second period, but that was a Calgary thing and not an us thing.
That was more agreed. That was more on Calgary than it was on the Islanders. Hogberg 31-35 for an 886 save percentage. Again, I thought he had a couple big stops. Actually, that 886 I don't think is truly indicative of how he played.
No, I totally agree. I thought he was way better than his stat line gives him.
No, but 32-35 would have had him at a 914. So if the Islanders scored in overtime, then that number looks a little bit more correct and at least eye test wise. So
exactly. So yeah, would have been nice. Would have been nice.
All right, let's do some comments before we hop out of here.
Yeah. Okay. So Jimmy says, "Poop just saw Calgary 1, but a point is a point. So close to 2, though. We really did."
Yeah, they were. They should have had the 2. The Islanders at 73 points are 1 point out behind Montreal. The Rangers won today, so they jumped the Islanders as well. So Rangers first team out looking in, Islanders right behind them.
So close. But we have 2 games in hand on those Rangers, so love it.
Yeah, good call.
Screw them. Nick says Pescia's got to go this offseason. He's been bad. Bad turnover last game. Can't win the one important faceoff. He had to win, which tied the game. Not worth the contract. I want to add that the end, that last sentence should be not worth the contract anymore.
Okay, yeah.
He's been fine for a while.
I think he's likely to go, and the reasoning behind it, for me at least, is his name was mentioned a lot last offseason, and I don't think that was unintentional. Like, guys don't just become available or tossed around in trade ideas with Lou Lamoriello unless there's some like legitimacy there in a way. Kind of like when the Islanders tried to trade for Zach Parise and then they end up signing him like a year or two later. Wouldn't shock. And he did mention like he didn't think he could get the return that he could get if he waited on some of these guys, like why some other people weren't traded at the deadline. And to me, that screamed JG Pageau. We'll see, but my gut tells me he's likely gone this offseason.
I agree. That second line wasn't great today. The Lee, Pageau, whatever line, not great today.
No.
Yeah, so as Vegeta said, Dobson just kind of gave Kadri that goal. He's like, he forgot he was still playing. He looked to take someone and was like, I don't know who I'm taking anymore.
Yeah, that was a weird miscommunication from those two, DeAngelo and Dobson there.
Yeah. Jeremy says 2 desperate teams, not pretty, but the point helps. Sorry to lose that one late after taking the lead on McLean's goal. Yeah.
They should have closed that out. It's a good call out too on the faceoff. They win that faceoff, that probably changes everything.
Yeah, Andre kind of agrees. Tough loss, but you can't give a goal 22 seconds after you take the lead. We've seen this before too many times.
Yeah, they kind of stopped doing that for a while, but I don't know. It came back today.
Max with a different take. Not a bad take, though. I'm not upset with the ending. They were gassed at the end of OT. Not much they could do. Needed Højbjerg to clutch, and he just couldn't.
Yeah, I mean, it is your third string goalie or your backup, and now if you want to call it like that. Maybe we feel a little different if Sorokin's in net, and that was what happened. But
yeah,
it is what it is. They got a point today. It would have. I really wanted the 2, especially after that McLean goal.
Yeah, that would have been great. KS Wiz has fought hard, especially in the third. I think we both agree with that, right?
Yep, hard agree.
Yeah, they had 69 rounded up percent Corsi for in that third period, and was it 80% of the high danger attempts, 80% of the expected goals. They played to win that third period. They were supposed to win.
Yeah, they should have.
Yeah. But like Mercy says, hey, Mitch, at least we got a point. We got to see what Montreal does tonight.
Yeah, we'll be keeping a close eye on that. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah. There's something else. Yeah, from Jimmy adds to that. Let's go Avs. Brock Nelson can help us post-trade face off in 3 minutes as of this post. So
there we go.
Yeah, is that a 7 o'clock drop tonight or 7:30? Probably 7 because it's in Montreal.
7 o'clock, yeah.
7 o'clock drop. So they're about to drop it in Montreal. Although they take forever with their anthem. So it's just about to start, I'm sure.
They're still singing it.
They're still going. State of Survival, I got confused. I thought I missed the game. It was an early start, man. It was an early start.
Yeah, good thing I checked. So fun fact, I was at Costco this morning. That was before the big cleaning. We went and did a big food shop, and I was waiting for Taylor, and I was like, let me see what time the Islanders game is and see if Mitch is around. I'm like, oh, it's 4:00 start. I should text him to see if he's around actually.
Yeah, no, same. It was a thing. Like I looked at it maybe a little bit before you going like, oh, when are they playing today? We're trying to figure out what we're doing with our day. 4. Come on.
Yeah.
4:00 puck drop. Ridiculous. Max, the triple M line, the mark Max McLean has been phenomenal. So much fun to watch. Max has been such a big team player. Not what I would have expected given his KHL stats.
That's fair. He did add 2 points today, 2 assists. He's been good. I want the Islanders to re-up with him.
Yeah. What do you think about this in regards to that? So you want him to re-up. I assume you agree with this then as well, that he needs more minutes?
Yes. He should play more than 11, whatever it was today. Not crazy. I'm not saying like 18, 19 minutes, but I don't know, 15 minutes of ice time.
Maybe like alternate shifts between fourth line, bump him up to the second line because it needed something today. And whether whether Siplikov gives them that jump or not, maybe they got to try something because that second line has been MIA for a little while since Brock Nelson left.
Yeah, Pajot's not a second line center. Anders Lee hasn't been scoring like he did early in the year, and Anthony Duclair has been Anthony Duclair.
Yeah, he's been fighting it all year. It seems obviously that injury hurts a lot, but like, come on, man.
Yeah, annoying. But that second line has not been very good. It's been the top line and the bottom 6 getting him through recently.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. From Gary, he heard on the Canadian feed that Calgary is first time they've won all 3 New York trips, or 3. Oh my God, all 3 New York games on a single trip. How about that for them?
Okay, that's hard to do. That's a long way.
Yeah,
from Calgary.
And they put themselves in the playoffs with the win today, don't they? Oh no, they're close. They're 2 points back of the playoff spot now. So they're close. I thought they were 2 points out before this. Maybe St. Louis played earlier, so they probably also won.
Oh, yeah. That'll do it.
That'll do it. What about this from Richard? Nothing about a Christmas tree. Thank friggin' God, Richard. The winning goal was offside, and Islander defenseman actually complained, but no luck. I saw Patty looking, though.
I'm going to be honest. I didn't notice that. It's possible. But
I didn't see that either, but I did see that Patty took a second to look down at the monitors, like on the bench, or not on the bench, but on the floor, and he went to the dressing room. So they mustn't have thought it was.
Okay. I'm just checking Twitter to see if there was a quote, but it doesn't seem that way.
Yeah, I don't think so. The only, maybe as well before the actual goal was scored, like Kadri gets close to the line before he passes it off here, but I don't know if there's anything. I'm gonna have to go and watch it again to see if there's anything else there. But at this point, it's too late. So what am I going to do for myself except for give me an aneurysm?
Yeah, a couple Patrick Waugh quotes that I could share.
Okay.
Patrick Waugh said, "These are important games and they're close games and they're hard fought games. It was nice to take a 3-2 lead. We have to close out those games." No notes. Or agree with that. And asked about Romanov today. This one is an interesting quote. Okay. It's tough when you're sick and you come back. I thought he was just okay.
Oh, all right. I don't think he did anything wrong today. I didn't notice.
No shots on net. He had 3 block shots. Had a couple hip checks that I noticed as per usual. But
yeah,
I thought it was a pretty standard Alex Romanov game. I don't think I'm not coming away with it going, oh my God, he was awesome, but I didn't think he stunk today.
Yeah, so maybe that's what he's saying. Is getting lost in translation a bit, just going like, oh, he was fine, whatever. I have nothing bad to say, but I have nothing good to say either.
Yeah, he was okay.
Yeah. Mercy says this is going down to the last game of the season. We are in a dogfight with Montreal. Detroit is fading, as are the Rangers. Still hope we can get that 9th or 10th draft pick and trade Dobson to move up. I don't think that's happening, man.
No, I don't think so either right now. They're close. They're really close. So just 1 point out. They're going to be in this race if they continue to play how they have recently.
Yeah, it's gonna be freaking close, which is admittedly fun. It makes it more enjoyable. right? You got skin in the game type of thing. And winning is always good, but yeah, I just wish it would be a little bit more comfortable. Either way, either comfortably in a position to draft well or comfortably in a position to make the playoffs.
And it's neither.
Exactly. This is funny from Steve. Obson and Eangelo at the end, no D.
That was good. That made me laugh.
Well done. Well done. From Vegeta, yes, this was brought up on the broadcast that we missed the net almost as many times as we hit it. The Islanders missed at the time that I heard Brandon say it was 20 times.
That's a lot.
That is a lot.
And there were some good chances that they missed too. Although a couple that did get on net, which is rare in my head for this, but Ryan Pulock had a couple wicked shots that he got on net.
Can he just, I know it's too late in his career to fix this, but like, can we just like give him some sort of stick that just always hits the net?
Yeah, he'd have like 20 more points a season if he had.
Yeah. Like, come on, man. That'd be amazing. So Richard was saying we were at the game. The offside was the Flames player Serval. I've never heard of that name. Never heard of that player.
Okay.
Yeah. From Chris from Long Island. There you go. Hey guys, Big Key to me will be the next 3 weeks, the 3-game stretch. Tampa, Carolina, Tampa. Ooh.
Those are 3 very, very, very tough games. Very tough games.
Carolina, last I checked, is getting destroyed by LA. It was like 6-0 last I saw they're playing today.
Let me give you an update on that one. I'm looking for it right now.
And I know they were talking about, as you mentioned. Sorry, go ahead.
7-2 final.
They're going to be pissed, although we're not playing them right away next. So hopefully they're not pissed anymore.
Yeah, that's on Wednesday, so a lot of time to breathe before that.
Yeah, and then Tampa, they're showing on the broadcast speaking about like how Hoiberg is taking relief from Sorokin, and Sorokin's been playing a lot, but he's been playing well with the numbers over his last 20 games, like a .917 save percentage, and then you have like Andrei Vasilevsky with a .928 in the same number of games, and you're going, great shit, he's playing like a Vezina keeper again.
Yeah, he's also playing awesome right now.
Yeah. What's the opinion on Gleb signing? A little unrelated. No, it's still related. Also, like and subscribe. That's you at home, says Max.
Give it a like. Give it a subscribe if you're new here. We do this after every game. We have videos come out throughout the week as well.
Absolutely. What's your thought on Gleb?
Possible bottom 6 option.
Yeah. It's the type of, when they signed Max Dorrington, sorry, I was like, it's fine. It's a guy who had a 1 big year at the college level. I'm not, hopefully he turns into something. Gleb has been a good player at the college level for a little bit. So you're going, these are the type of signings that I want the Islanders to be making. Guys who have promise, who have shown promise for 3 to 4 years at the college level and are desperate to take that next step. And good, put them in Bridgeport and surround them with guys like Adam Beckman has 2 goals today for the Bridgeport Islanders. Chris Terry is just a monster at the AHL level. Right. Add that along with some of our prospects and then build a program, because Bridgeport is a goddamn tire fire. The worst in the AHL by a healthy margin. It's embarrassingly bad. So I'm looking forward to bringing him in.
It's going to be good.
Yeah,
I think at minimum, he's going to be good in the AHL. I think he has a shot in the NHL though.
Yeah, he's got size, right? So that's always something that Lou Lamoriello enjoys. And aren't they in on another one? There's another prospect I heard, an NCAA prospect that the Islanders were in on that I forget. I can find now.
I can see if I can find it on a quick scroll, but I don't know off the top of my head.
I believe we have it in the Discord. I believe we have it there. Let me just scroll through the Discord here.
Oh, Liam Miklinski from Holy Cross.
One. Yeah, okay. That's the one. So again, adding those guys in can help round out this prospect pool a little bit more. Would be nice.
Would be good.
Yeah. So that's about it. We see some people talking about the Montreal game. Montreal plays the Avalanche. So go Avs, go Brock Nelson. Hopefully they get the 2 points.
I hope so. But that'll do it for us for now. I'm Matt O'Leary. He's Mitch Anderson. Subscribe if you're new, and we will catch you next time.